Good afternoon, everybody. This is Reverend Andy Campbell, the Deadhead Rev, welcoming you to the Groove at the Grove here at Park Grove Community Church. It is a beautiful Sunday. It's been a little wet around here in Tulsa, but it's drying out a little bit, and I pray that you are having a beautiful, wonderful day and that you are enjoying all of it to the fullest. As always, I want to welcome you here, no matter who you are, who you love, what you look like, where you were born, how you identify yourself, your political stances, your financial stances. Everyone, every child of God is welcome here. But if you bring any kind of hatred for a group, if you bring any type of distrust of groups of people, any phobias, I can't guarantee that you're going to be comfortable here. So you are welcome, but do know that everyone else is welcome as well, and if that causes you some discomfort, I pray that you can overcome that and welcome every child of God into your life. Today is, again, a wonderful Sunday where we have beautiful music, we have words to share with you, and I want to go ahead and offer a prayer before we begin our musical selection today. So if you would please join me as we speak to our creation. You are with us now, Holy Creator. We feel your presence around us and in us and among us. We believe that the world is good. We believe in the goodness of the people you have placed before us. We believe in the resources that you have given us on this earth, this planet. And we vow to do a better job each and every day of caring for those resources. The resources of the earth, the resources of the water, the resources of the air, and the resource that is one another, not to be used or exploited, but lift one another up, to build up what it is inside of each child of God. Continue to embrace us in all that we do here at the Groove at the Grove, and may this movement grow and spread to other people. It is in your holy name that we offer ourselves today. Amen.
Very good. Yep. This is a song called Moonflower. Sorry, it's Medicine Flower. Moonflowers are blossoming. medicine flower.
I want to go ahead and thank Anthony Pierce and Todd Harkbreaker for bringing their talents with us today. We've been chatting a little bit before service today, and I'm excited about what they're going to bring to us today. This is usually the point where I say something about a prophetic voice and about Karl Barth and a preacher having the Bible in one hand and a newspaper in the other. But today I want to do something a little bit different because I think it needs to be said. Before the Irish Catholic Church added their influence, confession, something that we now associate with the Catholic Church inside of a private place between one person and their priest, before that influence of the Irish Church, confession was done in public. That the people would stand up in the church and confess their sins to the entire congregation. Now that sounds to me like a wonderful Facebook video to watch if everybody's standing up and confessing all of the things that they may have done since the last time they were done to church. But I don't think it adds much to the honesty. I mean, who's honestly going to confess to a room full of friends, family, but also strangers, maybe just acquaintances? But I'm going to go out on a limb and confess to you all today in kind of a self-serving way that for most of my life in ministry that I have been a coward. And I'm ashamed of that. For the longest time, I did not listen to who I needed to listen to when it came to delivering a message that was given to me to deliver to people, because I compromised. I didn't want to offend people. I didn't want to upset and shake things up, but I knew in my heart that people who were viewed as outsiders were in fact children of God, and there was no need to discriminate against people who loved differently. But I will tell you that in the history of being a preacher and in the church, if you look around at current times, the biggest, most divisive subject that hits particularly the Christian church in our world, let alone our country, is the welcoming of the LGBTQIA community. It's been difficult. And so, did I speak out in full support? I hinted at it. I kind of suggested it. But I never fully came out and embraced the symbolism of supporting my brothers and sisters, my sisters and brothers, and the others. So I bring it out today, maybe wear it for a little bit, I don't know. But I was a coward before because I wouldn't speak out for some of the most vulnerable among us. And for that, I ask for forgiveness, and I promise to change in the future. Thank you. Now, Anthony and Todd will bless us with another musical selection.
Here's a piece I wrote for today. It's called The Lovers. Thank you.
I'm always disappointed when you stop. I just want you to keep playing and just enjoying it. So, but your fingers probably got to get a little tired. You got to take a little break every once in a while. And I appreciate your putting that music together today.
Thank you.
I really do. I really do. And I told Todd that I never really write things down, but I do have to get to my subject matter here because I want to make sure I have everything together. What we do here on Sundays at Park Grove Community Church is just one of the many events that take place during a month, during the week. Here, there are so many other groups that come in. I know we had musical guests last night. There are other events that go on here. We've got a summer solstice celebration coming up on Saturday the 20th. There's just a lot that happens here. And one of my favorite things about Park Grove, it's the people. It's the people that come here. There are some folks who have come to Park Grove, who've been a part of what we're doing here, who grew up in church and all of the things that go with it. And there are plenty of others who left the church, who gave up on the church, or maybe the church gave up on them years ago. Some people come here and they're worried because they're still not sure what it is they believe. They don't have answers, and they come in questioning, and it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. And others come here and they're trying to find some peace. They're trying to find some way just to be and to live. Park Grove is just a place where you can come if you just need to breathe. Just come here and breathe. Be at peace. Enjoy living and breathing the air that we all share. And so I have to talk today, the sermon that I've always wanted to preach but was never brave enough to preach, about Pride Month, which is June, recognized in this country for quite some time. It hasn't always been. As a 62-year-old human being in this country, I can tell you we've come a long way from boys my age at 10, 11 years old happily playing a game with a football called Smear the Queer to now celebrating Pride Month and realizing those type of terms were painful and hurtful and they didn't need to exist. For many people, Pride Month brings about a lot of emotions. For many people, it is a source of freedom. It's a source of being able to be who they are, being able to live the way that they feel they want to live. And for some, it's also a reminder of painful experiences. Pride Month reminds people of why Pride Month needs to exist, of how it began with police raiding places where others would hang out to arrest them just simply for existing the way that they existed, just simply for being gay men. Because for generations, people who are part of this community have heard from churches, from society, from other places out of a lack of knowledge or hate or ignorance that there's something wrong with you. There is something wrong with you if you feel that way. Not just that your choices are wrong. Not just this choice to be this way is wrong. Not just that the actions and the things that you do are wrong, but that you are wrong. Your existence in and of itself is wrong. That's what people in the LGBTQIA and extended community have heard for so much of their lives, that they were not welcome. They weren't welcome at church. They weren't welcome in this group or that group. They shouldn't be teaching children. They all have this agenda to groom people and to treat them and try to convert them into something that you really don't get converted to. It's who you are. You see, the thing is that scripturally, I read something in Genesis that led me to believe that there's a great more deal of equality. It's the creation story of the first humans, and I'm not talking about Adam and Eve. I'm talking about in the first chapter of Genesis where it is said, let us create humanity in our image. Let us create humanity in our image. All of humanity. All of humanity. And all of humanity created in the image, or in this case, I have to interpret images, us and our, plural, of God. It's a belief that I have that every one of us is a reflection of God. No matter who you are, all of those factors, it doesn't matter. You are a living reflection of the greatness of God and creation of this planet. This is why Pride Month is so necessary. This is why it has to happen, because for decades, this is a community that's been oppressed. It's been excluded. It hasn't been given equal rights in this country. It hasn't been given equal rights around the world. And for those of you who say it's worse in other countries, at least here, they do have some rights. It isn't enough. It is not enough if we do not fully accept people for who they are and how they love. Now, does that offer an excuse for all behaviors? No. I guess it doesn't surprise me that the existence of people of different identities and different sexual preferences causes angst. Because we really, really feel uncomfortable anytime we're talking about sex in general. I mean, we don't do very well in the church. Oh my goodness. I got to ask you, would anybody get some intimacy advice from their preacher or their priest? I would think it might be the last place you would go to. But the fact is the way that we as human beings exist is because of the things that hold us in common. We eat. We rid ourselves of our waste. We drink water. We breathe the same air. We have all of these things in common, and most people within them have some sense of sexual urges and that they're attracted to others. Are all of those things good? No. I gotta tell a story, and I debated whether I was going to tell this or not, because as a minister, I never expected to have to think about some of these type of things about sexuality as much as I had, and to kind of bury it. But there are times that you had to deal with it. And I recall a co-worker that I had worked with before I entered ministry, and she and her, I think it was her fourth husband, came over to the house to play cards. And the new husband found out that I had just entered into my seminary days, going to become a minister. And without knowing him, he wanted to talk to me because I represented something to him that I didn't realize until he got done telling me everything. And what he told me was he wanted to confess to me about some of the sexual activity that he and his wife had been participating in, things that people might find quite different. I'm just going to say the word swingers. And he asked me a question, because we've done all of this and we are done doing these things and we've got it our system. He asked me a question that I wonder why he gave me such authority to answer. He said, "Are we going to hell?" When I look back upon it, it's kind of frightening that he gave me that much power and authority. that somehow or another he wanted to lift to a religious person just because I was entering into this dedication, that I was able to decide some sort of eternal fate and maybe to condemn him to something that, if you read Dante's Inferno, that's where most of our information about hell comes from, would not be a very pleasant fate. I did not want that. I did not want that type of thing thrust upon me, because it shouldn't be. Are you wondering what my response was, what my answer was to him when he asked? Was anybody hurt? Was anybody doing anything unwillingly? Was everybody of an age of consent? And as I heard the affirmative, the positive answers to all of those things I asked him, I assured him, I said, I don't have the answer to whether or not you're going to hell, but it seems to me that nobody got hurt, nobody feels victimized, that you might be okay. Now I know, who am I to judge? I mean, I'm a firm believer that in the end, every tongue will confess, every knee will bow, and the belief that, as Jesus said, I came to save all people to myself. People worry about other people's sexual morality and actions because we feel so strange about our own sometimes. And I think when we can concentrate on another group of people, on another type of behavior, we don't have to think about our own. We don't have to think about maybe the things that we might have done that was anybody hurt? Was anybody a victim? Was everybody consenting and of the right age to do so? We don't think about those questions for ourselves. We want to think about them for other people. And I have to tell you that I believe the church has probably done the most damage in human history when it comes to us feeling open and communicative about our sexual desires. Repression and holding them in probably isn't as healthy as it looks from the outside, simply to make people feel comfortable. But the church needs to be open about the idea of human beings and sexuality, because they didn't get it right in all of the stuff that's written in the Bible. So many things that were wrong. So much lack of information by the human beings who wrote the book. But there's a theme that runs through the Bible that I think has a lot to do with our sexuality, because one of the things that is commanded of human beings is to go forth and multiply. And during the time of the Bible being written, there was only one way that was happening. Traditional male, female having children. But there's other things that you see in the Bible that may be people raising children not their own. Maybe taking them in and helping them. You see, I think when it comes to multiplying and growing as a community, that everybody has a role. Everybody has a place in it. And that includes people of the LGBTQIA community. It includes every minority, because we need to help each other and raise each other up to understand the goodness of God and how everybody is welcome. I often think of musical lyrics and song lyrics and things like that to go along with a message, and I thought today about the song Eyes of the World by the Grateful Dead. And I've always considered Eyes of the World kind of a creation song. To me, it's part of the basics of we plant, we grow, we live, we love, we do all of these things. But the one command is to wake up to find out that you are the eyes of the world. You are the morning song. And one of the other songs is, the song was The Latch on the Morning's Door from Let It Grow. you have every reason to live your life to the fullest, to feel pride in who you are, as long as it doesn't hurt others, as long as your pride doesn't make you feel superior to others. God loves you no matter what. You have never seen another human being who wasn't valued and loved by God. Lastly, I want to tell one more story about my evolution and my change, because I confessed I haven't always been brave enough to say this. And I've often wondered, hearing from people and getting to know people over the years who were homosexuals, transgender, bisexual over the years, that hearing their stories made me realize how wrong I was before. You see, my friend is a Episcopal priest, and he used to be a Southern Baptist, and he felt called to preach when he was a child. And he hated himself most of his life. And the reason he hated himself is because from the church that he attended and the church that he listened to and the church that he wanted to serve, he kept hearing that he was wrong for existing because of how he felt about other men. So he suppressed it, he hid it back, and in fact, he got married and had 2 children. It's a common story, folks, people who hide who they are in order to fit in. And it was finally his wife, the woman he married, who told him, you need to live who you are. They're still very good friends to this day. The children, everybody gets along very well. In fact, I think both of the kids have PhDs. It's been a very, very good raising of these children. But he confessed to me that every time that he had intimacy with his wife, that when it was over, that he went into the bathroom and he got sick to his stomach. He literally threw up from having relationships that the majority of people think that's the only type of relationship you should have, a man and a woman. It made him ill. If you know him, he's one of the better preachers you'd ever heard. He is a counselor. He's funny as could be. He was called to be a minister. And I got to tell you, people in my line of work who are part of the LGBTQIA community really have a barrier to overcome. They really, really are the reason why Pride Month needs to happen, to protect. I read something the other day that said Pride Month isn't an attempt to convert straight kids into being LGBTQIA kids. It's to prevent LGBTQIA kids from becoming dead kids. Number of suicides, the number of people who, the pain that has been inflicted upon them over the years has caused them to do self-harm. It needs to stop. So I will say to you today, love one another. Love one another. Love one another. God loves all of us. Love one another.
This is a new song as well. There is no mystery, everybody knows. Flowers are for picking, a diamond for the road. The night when it's raining and you hold her close. called A Rose.
Again, I got kind of lost listening to their music and forgot I might have to say something. We're on to the Sunday set list, and I want to thank you all for being here today. We'll have a wonderful time of music after this. Remember that every once in a while you will get shown the light in the strangest of places if you look at it right. Go in peace today.
Don't touch it, right? We're going to play some original music for you. My mother-in-law helped me write this song. When you wake up in the morning, when the rooster crows, you strap on your boots and head out the door. You got a buddy old biscuit, babe, buddy old bread. You're riding the mail, driving the mail, bringing it home, bringing it well. You got a buddy old biscuit, baby, buddy your own bread. Well, if there's one thing in life you better learn, if you don't butter your pan, them biscuits are gonna burn. One thing in life you gotta know, if you don't do them slow, sure enough they gonna burn. You got a woman and you want her to stay, just treat her right in a certain kind of way. You got a buddy your biscuit, babe, buddy your bread. Play it. When you wake up in the morning, you hear that rooster crow. Pull up them boots, son, and get on out the door. You got a buddy old biscuit, babe, buddy your own bread. We do some songs that sound like they're about food, but they're not about food. Here's another one. Catfish are cooking in a big old pot. Grease is bubbling, so you know it's hot. Learn one thing I ain't never forgot. When my mama said, she said, don't touch a skillet if the grease good old show, so we stayed to the end. It was about that time and walked my new girlfriend. Heard my mama say, she always told me the right thing. She said, now don't touch a skillet if the grease is boiling. Don't touch a skillet if the grease is boiling. Touch a skillet if the grease is boiling. Sure enough, burn your hand. Pick it, sweetheart. I was out late driving on a Friday night. In my rear view, you know, I saw a blue light. And I was getting angry, thinking to fight. But I heard my mama say, oh, she was a voice of reason. She said, now don't touch a skillet if the grease is boiling. Don't touch a skillet if the grease is boiling. Touch a skillet if the grease is boiling. Sure enough to burn your hand. I came creeping home Saturday night. My woman was angry, she was itching to fight. I just let her go ahead and be right. 'Cause I heard my mama say, y'all know what she said. Don't touch a skillet if the grease is boiling. Don't touch a skillet if the grease is boiling. Don't touch a skillet if the grease is boiling. Sure enough to burn your hand. Yeah, sure enough to burn your hand. Thank you. See, this is one we hadn't done in a while. Kind of following the theme. I think we better address this tuning issue. I hear one of them has kind of wandered off the reservation here. Ah, there you go. Yeah, seek them out. Just leave you up there for good measure. There we go. called Devotion. Thank you. How about C?
Yep.
This song's called Carry Me Along. Wish it was an old west band with a handle and a tag. Could carry me along. Wish it was a bird on your wing. You'd come rushing in so that you carry me along. Wish it was a song in your head, make your heart turn red, so you would carry me along, carry me along, like your favorite song. I want you to carry me along. Carry me along, like your favorite song. I want you to carry me along. You always say I'm strong, but on and on, it's been you carry me along, like your favorite song. I want you to carry me along, like your favorite song. On and on, carry me Thank you. You want to play one?
Yep.
We'll let you, Todd, do a song of his for you. It's one of my favorite songs.
You got a pick I can use? I probably don't need.
Yeah, somewhere.
I probably don't need one. I'm good.
I seen one laying right here, but somebody already got it. You don't need no pick. You don't need no stinking pick. Might need a tuner though.
Good.
Oh, you were playing an A sharp, I'm sorry.
It's all around this world. All around this world we live in. The greatest gifts are given free to you and me. Some are glad and they won't show it. Others mad, but they don't know what for. They just want more. It doesn't matter what they may say. are changing day by day. Oh. Everybody's in search of someone. We've forgotten true love comes from within. Now just can't win. Feelings come that in time may go. Ooh, but there's one thing that we'll soon know for sure. About that love so pure. Ooh, the night is gone. Let's leave this dream. The day is brighter than it seems. Ooh, and today's the day. So hold on. Let's join together, that's what I'm saying. People, remember what tune we're playing to before the music's through. It's all around this great big world. Hear the voices asking, what will tomorrow bring? Hear it when the children sing. Oh, you know, every child of woman and man who is born to make their stand. Hey. Oh, oh. Ah, oh, oh. Thank you.
That's a great song, Todd. Todd said, I don't need that old thing. It's probably about 4 sizes too big for him. This is a song called the Johnstown Flood. Lake Carnival,
you take my family?
This
Terrible Johnstown flood.
Well, the rich folks fancy fishing, so they built a faulty dam. It let loose its water on the folks in old Johnstown. What a great calamity befell the town that day. Train locomotive blew miles from its land. Oh, way down in the valley, I
Called out to my Lord, Lord, why did you take my family?
and that
Terrible Johnstown flood.
tombstones lined up on the hill. Some folks were never found, and I guess they never will. But there was 2,200 dead on that mournful day. 2,200 dead, no rich man made
Down in the valley, well, I called out to my Lord, Lord, why
would you take my family? The terrible Johnstown.
Lord, why
Would you take my family? And that
terrible Johnstown flood?
lake on a mom, she let loose her water. Thank you. An oldie but a goodie. We got time for a couple more, right? A few more?
Yeah, as much time as you got.
All right. There, that's what I like to hear. Well, we're gonna play a blues song for you now. This is as a relationship tint to it. I was dating a girl in Austin. Basically, I was sleeping on her couch and hiding my stuff behind it. And I had a gig coming up, but I needed to do some work, so I went and I hocked my amplifier, knowing that I would get paid and everything would be cool. And when I come home, I had money and I bought a little dinner. And she got mad because I didn't give her any of that money, like for household bills or something, which I didn't know that. She was just expecting it, and I did not fulfill her expectation. So the next day, there was a big letter about get off of my couch and get out of my house. So I took all my stuff and I loaded it in my car and I went down to the pawn shop and played their guitars like I always did when I was sad. And I started writing this song, and it was all about how she was just going to be terrible when she figured out what she'd lost. It was probably the best thing that ever happened to her. She saved herself a lot of heartache right there, because I had not yet become the man I am today. What you gonna do about our love. Girl, what you gonna do about our hate? Baby, baby, what you gonna do without me? What you gonna do without your happy home? 'Cause that's what it'll be, baby, once I'm up and gone. Oh, baby, baby, what you gonna do about me? Go ahead. What you gonna do about your happiness? Girl, what you gonna do without my sweet caress? Oh, baby, baby, what you gonna do about me? You can't trick him. I've tried, you can't. This is a song about, oh, you'll figure it out. Well, now here come a grave digger with a shovel in his hand. Got himself a brand new job, economic plan. He don't mind the hours, he don't mind working. He don't want no one to work. Here come those people with pamphlets in their hands, gonna tell you and me about the only salvation plan. But if you look in their closet, you're gonna find them bones. They don't want no one digging around. No, they don't want no one digging around. Play it, baby. Well, now, here come a politician. He's got a gun in his hand. It's gonna sell you and me off to fight in a foreign land. He don't mind the hour, he don't mind the blood, but he don't want no one digging for his own. No, he don't want no one digging for his own. See now, here come a grave digger with a shovel in his hand. He's got himself a brand new job, an economic plan. He don't mind the hour, he don't mind the word. He don't want no one digging, he don't want no one digging. Y'all, he don't want no one digging for his own. That's called Gravedigger. Thank you. Okay, this song is my response to excessive alcoholism and pharmaceuticals. If you got trouble, don't go out drinking double. They got what you need. It's some real good weed. Have a token of smile. Have a token of smile. Every once in a while, have a token of smile. If you're feeling blue and you don't know what to do, when it gets to this point, well, just roll yourself a joint. Have a token of smile. Have a token of smile. Every once in a while. got ill. Some prescription pills. They got what you need. The dispensary. Will have a token of smile. Have a token of smile. With the Reverend's permission. Every once in a while. Have a token of smile. Every once in a while. Have a token of smile. Oh. Hallelujah. All right. We're at the getting after it portion of the show. You ready for that? Some of that?
Do we know it?
Todd's gonna do us another number, I do believe. We'll probably have to shuck on out of here.
Born in the desert, I was raised in a lion's den. I was born in the desert, I was raised in a lion's den. Number one occupation is stealing women's from their other men. I was wanted man in Texas. I busted jail and I'm off for good. I'm a wanted man in Texas. I busted jail and I'm gone for good. Ooh, the sheriff man couldn't catch me, but his little girl sure wish she could. And I was born in a desert, I was raised in a lion's den. Born in a desert, I was raised in a lion's den. Ooh, my number one occupation is stealing women's from their other men. Doctors call me crazy. Some says I am, some says I ain't. Just call me crazy. Sometimes I am, sometimes I ain't. Ooh, the preacher man called me a sinner. This little girl called me a saint. I was born in the desert, I was raised in a lion's den. Born in the desert, I was raised in a lion's den. My number one occupation is stealing women from their other men. Ooh, it's T for Tulsa, it's T for Timbuktu. T for Texas, it's T for Timbuktu. Like anything I do.
Thank you all so much
Thank
for
you.
having us.